Decisive. Do you think that's what we're going to see from him?
For sure, especially when you play the world champion, it just brings out the best in these top players, and he'll want to take the challenge. I was watching Esipenko's games from the Grand Prix just a couple of weeks ago, and there with white he was mightily impressive. He nearly beat Nakamura, nearly knocked out Nakamura, who went on to win the Grand Prix. So
he has won and one draw so far today. New scoring system this season in the Meltwater Champions Chess Tour in the ratio 3-1. $750 for a win, $250 for a draw. So it is a lot more lucrative now to win those games. And here we go with the King's Pawn.
Yeah, and Ivanka has called the opening correctly. Both sides opening with their King's Pawn. When Magnus lost to Esipenko in Vaikanze a couple of years ago, it was in the Sicilian defense where it was really, really sharp, that battle. But Esipenko navigated the complications better than his opponent. So now it's the Italian game, something we've seen a lot on the first season of the Champions Chess Tour, but also we saw in the World Championship match with Magnus, and now Magnus just developing his bishop one square. Very safe, very solid. It looks like all the pieces will be on the board for a long time, and this one will become a maneuvering battle. Meanwhile, white castling the king. Black doing the same.
Yep. So far, so good. And now this opening is really complicated because there's a variety of piece development moves that white can play, and there's lots and lots of choice. But Esipenko decides to play a relatively solid line, which is just to develop his knight, and now he does what Magnus Carlsen likes to do himself, which is expand as much as possible on the queen side by advancing the pawn. How is Magnus going to react to his favourite strategy? Well, we'll see. What do you think of play for trading off bishops?
Possibly, so Black can bring his light square bishop out now. I was going to say it's just Magnus' style to do the same, to copy. He doesn't like to allow his opponents to gain space, especially with their rook's pawns, their corner pawns. So Magnus there blocking the advance of white's a pawn, white's Alice pawn there, and it will slow down the pace of the game.
I tried to play this opening with the white pieces. I was lost in the whole move orders, and then it kind of dawned on me, actually, something you said, it all kind of hinges on whose bishop is better, and that's it. And okay, you are getting the prediction spot on, David. The rook has moved, and now, and now I'm kind of curious, will Magnus just offer a trade of bishops, or will he just kind of
in this round. Shakhdar Mamedyarov, he won now his game against Alexander Kostenyuk. And Liam Liam, a great win for him against Eric Hansen. All the other games still going on, also a draw between Abdus Sattorov and Artemiev.
Okay, a couple of moves. White's knight has jumped forward. Black's king now trying to join the defense, but more importantly, okay, there has been a trade. White has won a pawn. I was going to say the black rook went passive to defend things, but White did initiate a trade there, swapping off one of his great white knights for the black bishop, but that black bishop was a key defender, and now White has actually a 3 versus 0 majority on the right half, and they're marching forward.
Yeah, and I was trying to get greedy actually. I wanted to retreat the bishop to destabilize the knight, and
that would have been equally good, I think.
Yeah.
Everything is winning now for Esipenko. He's a pawn up, and he has these 3 pawns ready to push forward, and they will cost Black at least a knight, maybe even more. And Magnus just trying to hold up the advance of those pawns. The white bishop now, it's a bit stuck. If it moves, then the black rook will come down and take the pawn, but White's king can join the action. White's rook at some point will start swinging across this one. Actually, you can even tell on Magnus's body language, leaning back. He knows he's in huge trouble. He knows he's barely got any chance to survive, but he's just hoping, praying for a blunder, hoping for Esipenko to get nervous.
Definitely. I mean, there is a hidden threat in the position. The black knight is actually threatening to move itself to the e6 square, attacking the bishop and the pawn on d4.
He's not given time.
Nope.
Esipenko now jumping forward with his own knight, attacking the black rook. If the black rook moves itself, if it keeps itself on the g file,
it has to.
As it does, then the white rook might start swinging across at some point. The black rook is almost trapped, actually. There we go, the white bishop just moves. The black rook forced to run away from the attack. And now I think Esipenko could just trap that black rook. Look at this, the black rook entrenched between white's pieces, and
it's going to be game over.
Yep, the black rook was just, you simply know where to go. It gives itself up for the white knight, and we've seen a result, a fist pump from Esipenko.
Wow!
The world champion.
What a result from the 19-year-old making his debut in the Meltwater Champions Chess Tour, winning Game 3 against Magnus Carlsen, the world